Welcome, collective, to Timeless Energy. I'm Barbara. This is a general timeless reading. This is entertainment purpose only. Please do not try to make it fit if it does not resonate. Only hold on to what does resonate. Leave the rest. Okay, watch out for scammers. I do not reach out. This is my disclaimer. For myself, if somebody reaches out and they are saying they're doing it on my behalf, it's not me. So this is my disclaimer. I do thank you for the liking and the subscribing. I'm very small, and adding a subscription to if you enjoy the content, or liking if you enjoy the video content, it helps me a great deal. It helps send out my content a little further. And as for donations, there is a link in the description box, both PayPal and Cash App, if you enjoy the content of what I'm putting out. Okay, now, the Wild Unknown Tarot, 3 cards off of that. If you watched me before, you know the Learning Tarot cards for my clarifiers. And the Citadel is the next one I use. There we go. And at the end, I'm still using the Runes Oracle. I haven't actually gone through and picked out anything different and had an opportunity. Okay, so let's see what we can get today for Timeless Energy. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. Archangel Michael, guide me. A message for the Timeless Energy. A message, Timeless Energy. Archangel Michael, guide me. A message for Timeless Energy. A message for Timeless Energy. A message for Timeless Energy. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. A message for Timeless Energy. Nothing sticking out today. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. Okay, I got the Son of Cups. Okay, 2 more cards. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. 2 more cards. Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me. 2 more cards. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. 2 more cards. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. Mother of Cups. A message, Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. Message, Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. Message, Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. Spirit guide me, Spirit guide me. And we have the Ace of Swords. Here we go. Okay, so let's see what we are looking at here. Let's see, a lot of the cups are love energy. I know. I didn't really pick up on that really fast because, cups is actually a love energy. So let's see what we have here. Let's cover the chakras, because I've been forgetting it lately. The Son of Cups is a heart chakra. Didn't I just say something about love? Okay, the heart chakra is not just about love. It is about what you most dearly love. And it doesn't have to be a person. It can be a hobby, a pet, a plant. It could be the work that you do. Something that you're very attached to, or have something that completely takes all of your focus. That would be the heart. Now, the Mother of Cups is the third eye, and the third eye is not only your gifted intuition, which we all have, but you know what? It is the gut instinct that you trust yourself, and you trust that gut instinct. You know that whatever it is you're feeling in that, in the gut, or that odd feeling that you feel that makes you change your plans, that odd feeling that you get that makes you say something that was really not planned, or make a change, or something, your gut instinct. Everybody has an instinct, but this situation with the third eye is really a situation where you need to trust yourself. You need to know yourself. Okay, so the Mother of Cups is the third eye. Wouldn't you know it's the Mother card? And then the Ace of Swords, we have the Crown Chakra. Now, I don't see the Crown Chakra often. Not as often as the other ones. And normally I would fall back into like being able to receive guidance, but you know what, when we're all adults and there's been a lot going on in the news, I don't think it's a situation about guidance. Considering what I've been seeing in the news, I think that adapting to changes or being open to new ideas might be a little more along the energy of what I've been picking up on this week. Okay? I don't normally do that. And the prayers for all of the people who have had impact from the things that I've been absorbing on the news of late. To be quite honest, it's been a little bit on the distressing side. So let's start with the Son of Cups. Like I said, I see a lot of love in this. I'm not picking up that the cups are focused on desires. Okay? Now with the Knight, okay, on the move, pursuit of your goals. Something that consumes you. You must do something that motivates you, okay? The Knight of Cups could be the energy of being able to commit. Now, that does not have to be a relationship. Okay? There are many ways to commit. And usually this has to do with what's in the heart chakra here. Okay, so you're committing to something that you truly love. Hopefully it will lead you in the right direction. It's your path. It's something you're committing to, not necessarily something that everyone else around you might have an interest in, but that's what makes us unique, okay? But the Knight has a drawback where, well, let's put it this way. They're not the king. Okay, they could neglect certain aspects of life. They could forget to be practical. A little bit immature, maybe. Okay. But it is the love, the commitment of, of something that you truly, like, consumes you. It could be a person. It does not have to be a person. I don't normally do love readings. Okay? I do not do love readings. I'm not saying that it cannot be a love reading. I am saying that normally I don't do love readings. This would be an attraction of some type, but not necessarily to a person. Now, this is Scorpio energy. So if you're dealing with a Scorpio and you think that I might be talking about your situation and it turns out like that's what you're focused on, by all means, if it resonates with you. Because in some cases, the Knight of Cups is romantic proposals. And we are dealing with Scorpio energy. Your ideal man, your ideal woman. Okay, all the tarot readers do love readings. Okay, I've met a number of people that are looking for that ideal situation, and it always has to do with love. I was told by my grandma, if it's meant to happen, the perfect match will stroll right into your life, and you will know immediately. But things in this world have gotten so complicated, haven't they? So this could be romantic proposal, and we are connected to the Scorpio energy. So let me give you the date: October 23rd to November 21st. Okay, this might be something that could occur during that period of time. Not necessarily dealing with a Scorpio, it's just that energy. I only do energy. But with this Knight of Cups, I've seen commitment, I've seen romantic, mostly commitment, because I do energy. Okay. Now, the Son of Cups is also the moon energy, which indicates to me that it's something that's hidden. I don't complicate that, okay? This is either something that you're not aware of, something that you're not sharing with other people. Okay, one of those two things. Okay, unless the sun comes out and shines a bright light on everything, this is not common knowledge. This energy of commitment, or this energy of romantic proposals, whichever way you want to look at it, it's not common knowledge. You're talking about involuntary emotional. So involuntary emotion in the direction of this energy would be something that maybe you're not expecting to feel this way about something or about someone. You weren't expecting that emotion at all. It is completely something that you didn't see coming. And with the moon, we could also be dealing with status quo, how things look, how things appear. Okay. If it's something you're aware of, but you're not bringing it to light, maybe it has to do with the way it might look. Well, we're all a little bit into status quo. We all want to, be like respectable and accepted, and, this is magnetic energy. This is like putting two magnets together, and nothing seems to be able to separate that energy. Not hard, not easy to hide. Not easy to hide. If it's something that you don't want to be common knowledge, it might not be something that's easy to hide. Okay? Of course, this is what this says because of the moon energy. Okay? Let's go on and take a look at our queen, our nurturing queen, which is also a cups. This is practical. This is warm-hearted. The Queen of Cups, the mother, the third eye, was the Neptune energy. Neptune is your long-term generational energy. Every time that comes up, no matter what other definition there is, Neptune is whatever you're dealing with has a long-term period of time. It's not something that you can just step right out of. It's something that's going to be there for a while. And it's going to have an impact on people in your life after you're gone. This is what this Neptune energy says. This has to do with your personal interests. So if you're all consumed about something that is not a person, but like a goal, or personal hobby or personal interest, okay, significant roles could be played by a mother. That's not necessarily a good thing. If it's significant roles being played by, you need to be careful about whether there's a little bit of self-interest going on in that, getting that third third person in the middle, okay? It's always good to get guidance. You need to watch out, even if it's a relative of any kind, whether they're just trying to help themselves. But this does say mother energy. And this could be that a parent could play a significant role. It is also a choice based on sincere feelings. Because you've got the Neptune energy, which is sensitive. And it is long-term and generational. So we're talking about this energy here. Now, this could have been advice from a mother. This could have been support, either financially or emotionally, from a parental figure. Support for the choices that the Son of Cups is trying to make. And please excuse the gender, male or female. Okay. The Knight of Cups, the Son of Cups. Just take that gender out of there. This could be support or advice. This could be emotional support. This could be monetary, but I don't see pentacles here. Now, the Queen of Cups is the most intuitive of all of the four queens. Alright? And you have the third eye energy with this card. But we are also talking extremely sensitive energy. And in some cases, the combination of your Cancer and your Neptune together can be shrewd. So we're talking about a very smart person who can be shrewd. Okay? If it is somebody giving guidance, it could be somebody who's giving guidance because they want the scale to lean in a certain direction. Preferably into their bank account. You could be dealing with that. So you need to be cautious. Love is blind. The energy of love is blind. Your commitment, you're completely committed. You are completely focused on something. The whole world will disappear around you. You need a support system, but you need a support system that you can count on. Okay? With this sensitive energy could also be shrewd, and it's connected to long-term generational impact. If this advice or this help or this support is leaning your choices in the direction of a specific group of people, that's what we're talking about. Okay? The generational impact that's going to develop when your focus goes into a specific direction usually means that there's going to be somebody left out in the cold when you do a situation like that. But see, this focus over here, the whole world has disappeared. Okay? You need your 100% focus. You don't have time for anything outside of that. Okay? So you're getting support from another person or a group of people. And you're not even noticing what's going on beyond that. Not even noticing what's going on beyond that. This is the time that we need to reflect on our emotions and our feelings. This is supposed to be a time with the Queen, the Mother of Cups, where you need to reflect on the choices that you're making, the direction that you're going. You might also reflect on the direction of what your choices really are and why you make those choices. Because you know what? The choices that you make are going to benefit one person, but the choices that you make are actually going to leave another person out in the cold. You might want to reflect on that. Not that you need to apologize for being unfair, Because you know what? If something's making you happy and you're content, you don't need to apologize for anything. But you might want to stop and reflect a little bit on why you're making those choices in the way that they're being made. With the Ace of Swords coming up next, Ace of Swords is a crown chakra. And like I said, normally, what did I say? Guidance? I normally would go with guidance. But with the news, I'm thinking that this would be adapting to changes. Or open to new ideas. Oh, I don't need to spell out the news. It's not like everybody didn't hear about the 670 people that died in a landslide. It was kind of hard to miss 20 tornado touchdowns in one night. Or how many touchdowns happened in the month of May that devastated homes and whole communities right up the center of the country. So, this energy of the Ace of Swords being a crown chakra, it sits in perfect. That it would be adapting to changes. And in some cases, maybe some very hard changes. Maybe your whole life has just been totally and completely shattered. But this energy here says that you're able to adapt. Somehow. With support of the Mother of Cups. This energy here. Don't follow the gender. This could be father. You know, it doesn't say father. But the Mother energy is the intuitive card. Okay. Now, the new ideas could be breakthroughs. It could include communication where you weren't able to get it before. It could be dealing with visions. Maybe you've got dreams. Or, real dreams. Not dreams like you want to goals dreams. Maybe you've had dreams where you're visioning something while you're asleep. Okay. Well, some people do that, okay? But this would be more like mental clarity. This would be breakthroughs. And you can't decide what to do. Oh my God, you can't decide what you do. Oh my God. You might go on that for 2, 3, 4 days or even a month after a tragedy or devastation happens. And then suddenly you have clarity on something. And you're open to making some new plans. Plans that you thought maybe that you weren't going to be willing to make. You weren't open to it. Okay? When lightning strikes. Okay? The whole world seems to light up for 1 second. It's as though you can see everything and the vision lingers on even through the storm. Okay? The Ace of Swords, that light in the sky. You know, remember, this is the moon energy. This here is hidden. And here you have the lightning bolt. The striking lightning bolt. That lights up everything, that shines a light on an idea or a breakthrough mentally, that suddenly something that you just couldn't shake or couldn't figure out suddenly becomes crystal clear. This does happen after something that's devastating has an impact on your life, and it could be a loss. It could be the loss of a home. It could be a loss of a family or a friend. It could be anything that stimulates this kind of energy. Where everything's falling apart. You don't know what direction to go in. You've got all these options. God forbid. Okay, this is the air energy card. You're talking Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You could be dealing with one of those signs. You could be dealing with one of those in your natal chart, maybe not your main priority, like your main sign, but you could have one of those in your natal chart, okay, that could be impacting depending on what house that is sitting in, okay. The thing about Libra is you've got the diplomat in this, okay? Suddenly, I mean, you're going, what direction? What should I do? Oh my God. You've got to make a choice. You're running out of time. You have a general idea, but you're not sure. Maybe you're feeling a little insecure. This is a short-term energy. Because suddenly, like the lightning bolt, your mind will become crystal clear. And suddenly, you'll be making the decisions that you've been putting off. Whatever that situation might be, let's hope we're on a roll here, because now we're going to go to the Learning Tarot and see what else this has to say. We're at 26 minutes, and I try not to go over an hour. You know, it takes a bloody an hour and a half to upload these things. You know, I never get to start these videos at the earlier part of the day, so it has already been a long week. Long. Oh, I did better shuffle than that. So let's find a clarifier for the Son of Cups. What a Cups, Son of Cups. Okay. The Son of the Scorpio energy linked together with the Moon, which is something that's either hidden from you or hidden by you. Okay. Okay. This is the lethargic energy. I mentioned lethargic energy in one of my edits just the other day. Yesterday, I think. Lethargic can be paired with depression, or not having any motivation. Okay. But the Moon is hidden, either hidden by somebody else, something you don't know, something you're not quite wrapping your mind around. Oh yeah, pick me, pick me, pick me. Yeah, they're all sitting there going, pick me, pick me, pick me. But you know, what are they getting out of it? In the reverse, independence and wealth is in the reverse. You have a lack of independence, stability, security, reckless spending, and shady investments. Okay, so maybe this is what the Moon is hiding. Maybe investments have been made by you or somebody that you're connected to, and they're a little bit on the shady side. Maybe you haven't been given all the facts. Maybe you're just not happy with how it turned out. But, you know, in most cases, you're not telling somebody all the facts. Or you were left in the dark because it was a shady deal, and all they needed you to do was sign on the bottom line and agree to it. In this case, this is what's preventing your independence. This is what's preventing you from moving forward. And you know what? This also has to do with your your stability. Doesn't mean that you're going to be homeless. It was in my case, to be honest with you, I moved into a place sight unseen until I arrived. I couldn't afford to put it all back into a U-Haul, and I found difficulties with the conditions of some of the place I moved into, and the lack of seemed to be the money that I had to come up with to make it to my standards. Money that I didn't think that I would ever have available to me. So I'm pretty much on my own. Okay. So it doesn't have to be that your lack of stability is homeless. It could be that it wasn't what you expected, or what you were promised. Part of it was, part of it wasn't. Something was hidden that you were not informed about. And there's no way to change it. We all have to deal with what we all have to deal with. Sometimes you get in a situation that it's really, really hard to change. Well, the Mother of Cups is your nurturing energy here. It doesn't have to be a woman. It could be the father. So let's skip that gender thing there. But this is inspiration in reverse. You've missed opportunities. You've wasted your talent or your potential. The Mother of Cups is your long-term generational. The choices that you've made. It might indicate that you think you've made a wrong choice. There is no such thing, by the way. There is no such thing of making a wrong choice. If you are committed to, if you're totally focused on, and your commitment does not have to be a person. That's what you're focused on. The choices that you made is generally kind of based on what's in your heart, okay, to begin with. That's what you wanted. You don't expect it to be perfect. You'd be maybe stepping on the gas a little bit too far or a little bit too fast. Hit the speed bump and you got tweaked right off to the side of the road a little bit. So it's not exactly what you wanted. But you were going in the direction you wanted to go in. You can't find fault with that. You're the only one that decided to make that choice. Okay? Maybe you should have slowed down a little bit. Maybe you should have thought a little more. But you know what? The problem is you are where you are. You can't change it now. It would be too hard to turn around and change it. Excuse me. With the Neptune energy of the Mother of Cups, long-term generational impact. So this is not only going to affect the direction that you are going in, it's going to have a generational long-term impact on all of the people that you associate with or surround yourself with. Obviously, you're communicating with this person or that person more than you do other ones, or maybe you don't communicate with the other ones at all, so they just become non-existent in your life. Okay, the ones that are going to have the impact are the ones that you communicate with, right? So we have long-term generational. A little bit of fantasy, because you know what? You've already picked the direction. You can't go back. You're not wanting to go back. You just didn't take everything into consideration when you made those choices, and maybe you stepped on the gas a little bit too fast. Do you know what? You run into a problem because you made the wrong choices. You've got to fix those problems. And all those people that you've surrounded yourself with, you're going to be on your own. You were on your own when you got that way. You know what? It's just like having a baby. You're on your own when you get that way. Yes, you have people around you, but you know what? They weren't the ones that made the choice that sent you down that road. Okay? You've got the Mother of Cups with sensitive energy, but also a little secretive sometimes. And like the moon over here, hidden. Which means maybe you were hiding the direction that you were going, or maybe you were hiding something. Okay, here you have secretive, which is kind of another way of saying hiding. Okay, so, alright, maybe you're hiding your feelings. You're a full-grown adult. You're not going to tell everybody you screwed up. Oh, I don't know if they're going to let me get by with that word when I upload this, but hey, you know what I mean. Okay. So let's look at the Ace of Swords. Okay, let's take a look at what we got here. Another in reverse. This is budgeting in reverse. Shedding the old, letting go of people, possessions, or issues, and generously sharing. It was funny that they should say issues. What does issues have to do with generosity? Can I ask that? We're talking about the air energy. Ace of Swords is a beginning card. Alright? The Ace of Swords is the beginning. All of the aces are the beginning of something. Every single one of them. So what does the Ace of Swords have to do with generosity? Absolutely nothing. Because the Ace of Swords is a new thought or a new idea. It has nothing to do with Pentacles. But the Ace of Swords is you're beginning a new situation. Maybe you're pulling yourself out of something else. That's usually the way it works. Something has happened to make changes in the way you're thinking about something. You suddenly put a light, like a lightning bolt has struck in. And something that you were not wrapping your mind around suddenly became very crystal clear. It doesn't mean that you're changing the direction that you're going. It just means that in your mind, you've suddenly maybe seen something that you didn't understand before you started this journey. We are all on a path. We are all on a journey. The thing about it is when you start out, sometimes you're in the dark. With the inexperience, you've never done it before. Never been in that situation before. You're not quite sure how to handle it. You've always lived in the same neighborhood your whole life, and suddenly you find yourself 5 states away with a whole different type of situation that you're dealing with. You did not expect that to happen. You know, the thing is, whatever it is, suddenly the lightning bolt. It's a whole different point of view right in front of you. And maybe this time around you were able to see things the way things are looked at by another person when you made those choices and went down that road or made those, decisions. You were so stubborn about what you wanted and you didn't take into consideration other things. Maybe you stepped on that gas too fast and you maybe made a mistake or two. It says here overspending. Alright? Maybe you did a little bit of that. You got a little bit of happy, Definitely something or someone got left out in the cold. I do feel that. When you were getting a little happy, you made your choices, what decisions and what direction you were going in. But definitely something or somebody got left out in the cold. Okay? So now you've got the Citadel. Let's see. Son of Cups. I got the Merchant. And I get to read these, you guys. I'm not the best at looking them up. This is about self-worth, and this is about trade. Self-worth is, hey, what did we say? That the Mother of Cups was that, no. Status quo, the moon. Status quo. Self-worth. What is your self-worth? This is about your self-worth, huh? Let's see. And it's in the upright. What's your self-worth? The Merchant. 96, if you do if you do numerology, 96. Go ahead and put that one down on your lottery ticket. Alright. Coins change hands, deals are struck. A golden scale tilts as goods are weighed. The merchant greets everyone with a smile, proud in the knowledge that their service benefits others. They know what others have to offer and what they want in exchange, and often the merchant knows what their customers need before even they do. You've got plenty to offer both yourself and other people, and sometimes it's beneficial to remind yourself exactly what you've got in stock. If you feel like you're being taken advantage of, raise your prices, or maybe your figurative wares would be better appreciated elsewhere. Has to do with your self-worth, and it has to do with making money. So maybe you've been selling yourself a little short with the skills that you have available to you. Okay. Well, you know you're doing pretty good. Maybe you've got a little bit of work experience underneath your belt. It's not something that you had before, but now you do. And you can take a step forward. A little step. Don't step on the gas too much. Okay? It makes a big difference when you go into the market and you can't afford the meat because the prices have tripled. With all of the things going on in the news. Your self-worth is completely 100% the most essential thing in a person's life. Because if you know you do something really, really well, then you can find somebody who's willing to compensate you for it. And there you're earning that money you use when you walk into that store and feed your family. If your self-esteem is low, then you're never going to think that what you do has any value. Or enough to charge, just barely enough to scrape by. I am not saying that everybody is always in a situation where they're able to earn what they're worth. I am saying that if you have an understanding of what your self-worth is, that you might be a little more successful. And the earning part doesn't have to be monetary. Sometimes it has to do with attracting people, relationships, friends, opportunities. Okay, Citadel. Mother of Cups. Clarify Mother of Cups for me, Citadel. Let's see what we got here for the Mother. Oh, what's this? The Catalyst. I heard another reader mention the Catalyst. And the odd thing about it is, in reverse, it says, radical changes or taking control. The Catalyst. Radical changes or taking control. I've gotten that in a couple of my readings, but I don't know who it's applying to. Oh, so you're going to give your power away to somebody else? By the way, the number for the Catalyst is 28. Put that on your lottery ticket. Okay. You're going to give that power away to somebody else? You know you could do that job. I mean, if their head is getting big because they're taking over what is rightfully yours. Okay? But in reverse, the Catalyst demands not an external change, but an internal one. Negative thoughts, processes, bad habits, fundamental belief systems that have held you back rather than supported you. Shake them up, throw them out. Stand on the edge of the precipice and jump. It's the only way to become a newer, advanced version of yourself. So throw that old out. We're talking about self-esteem. Hey, some people have a really big ego and they don't have it coming. There's seriously nothing there. But you know what? You can't tell them that. And they do quite well with it. It's just a little bit of self-worth goes a long way. It's being able to stand up and say, wait a minute, okay, this is mine. I'm in control of this. It's my bank account. It's my job. I'll show up on time. I'm the manager. I'll make those decisions. I'm not going to slough off and leave my responsibility up to somebody else who's obviously a climber of some kind who wants your job, maybe. Stand up. You have self-worth. You're not dealing with a low self-esteem. You know what you're doing. You're completely capable. And you don't have to compete with somebody else who's chasing around trying to take over. Okay? Stand up and take control. Take your power back. Okay. You might surprise yourself. Okay, the Pathless is the last Citadel card I'm pulling, and it's in reverse. Difficult decisions and a lack of direction again. A lack of direction over the Ace of Swords. Well, difficult decisions. You have the shedding of the old, the letting go of. Okay, yeah. It could be difficult. The Pathless. What are you shedding? What are you letting go of? I wouldn't dump everybody that I know just because I'm reading this read, okay? I wouldn't throw everything you own into the dumpster out on the street and drive away with a suitcase or two that you desperately wouldn't part with and just toss everything else away. Okay, this is not what I'm talking about. We all like to start new, but sometimes it's just a little bit on the ridiculous side. People think that's all about. Pathless, number 102. Put that on our lottery card. That's your number, Pathless. I know, it's not supposed to be a lottery card. Okay, I get it. It's supposed to be like numerology, if that number resonates with you. Okay, sorry about that, guys. The Pathless. Reversed. The Pathless doesn't lack direction because of stubbornness. Rather, because of an impulsive energy that's driving them in multiple directions at once. You know what you want, but you lack the valuable experience needed to organize and plan how to actually get there. Consider that you might need a little more time before you're in a position to pursue that particular path. So you don't want to rush into anything. You know what you want. There's no problem with that. It's not a lack of direction. It was common sense. Let's step on the gas, hit that speed bump, and then the next thing you know, you're going in a direction that you didn't anticipate, and you're not prepared for it. Just slow down a little bit. You're going to be qualified. If you're working in that direction, you're learning about what you need to know so that when you do get there, you're able to handle it in a professional way. You're going to be having a lot of competition now. Just slow down on the being in such a rush. There are some situations where you need to be in a rush. The opportunity goes away if you don't get certain things done by a certain time. You've got a window of time. It's called a deadline. We live in the real world, right? You've got a deadline. You don't want to be getting that job and then showing up at your apartment when you live in a place like New York City, and then suddenly finding out to your dismay that you forgot the rent was due, and 3 days later the guy's got you locked out of your place, and you just got a job. You got to get up in the morning and get dressed and everything. It's locked up in that place, and you didn't pay the rent. Okay, seriously. Sometimes you got to pay attention to the real world and what's going on. Sometimes you got to slow down a little and make sure, even though your skill level's not there, you're working on it. Slow down a little bit. Take advantage of that support system from the mother there. Okay? The one with all the intuition. That foundation of emotional support. That once in a lifetime opportunity to get advice just to see if you're going in the right direction or making the right choice. Okay? It helps even if you're not a mother. And I call a friend one time. I was making a very hard decision. And I called somebody and said, am I doing the right thing? I had all kinds of reasons why I didn't want to. I was the horse, a progression. This rune announces a change, a journey, a progress, and the transition. So you're on your path. You are on your path. And didn't we cover that? So don't get dismayed. This has to do with a long-term generational impact. It has to do with your heart's desire. It has to do with maybe if you don't already have all of the experience or all of the skills that you need to succeed. It won't be too far down the road that you will. Or at least you'll be headed in the right direction. So don't give up. Don't give up. It's a journey. And there are going to be some changes. There are going to be some changes made along the way. Every now and again, you're going to have to go around a curve in the road that you don't expect. You might learn something that you didn't know. Or maybe you might run into a situation where you're going, oh my God, I already knew that. I'm using something that you've experienced before in a situation where you never expected that to happen. And oh my God, you've got experience. Wow, it's a journey. Life is a journey. I thank you very, very much for coming and visiting me with the Timeless Energy today. I'm not quite doing like a whole hour here. It is very, very late. It has been a very, very hard week. I do appreciate anybody who remembers to like and subscribe. As my channel is very small, I need all of the new subscriptions and all of the likes I could possibly get from my subscribers currently, which I truly appreciate your support with the subscribers that I already have. But do check out the donation box. There are 2 links. Okay. And do remember that there are other timeless energies that you can catch on to. I will be breaking these into my edits. And I will be sending out edits. So every now and again, you can always go from the edit back to the original long version of my read. Or you can always check out any of my other reads that I have. And have a nice day. Thank you very much for visiting Timeless Energy. Again, this is Barbara. We'll see you next time.